Dear God, I feel weak. It's so interesting how your kingdom is so backwards. Your laws usually mean the opposite of how the world naturally thinks. The world says, be first, but you say, be last. The world says, climb higher, but you say, humble yourself. The world says, find yourself, but you say, deny yourself. I could go on. But the one that resonates most in this season of my life is when Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 12:10, for when I am weak, then I am strong. In the chapter before, Paul defends his apostleship to false teachers who were boasting about spiritual experiences, power, credentials, success, and influence. So he says, if we're going to boast, let's boast. And Paul mentions the extraordinary revelations and visions from God. But to keep him from becoming conceited, Paul says he was given a thorn in his flesh from Satan. 3 times, Paul asks God to remove it, but God says no. Instead, God says in verse 9, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. That was the answer to Paul's prayer. God doesn't promise to remove suffering or to make life easier. Instead, he promises my grace is enough and my power will accomplish what your strength never could. So I feel weak and naked and vulnerable, but I rest today knowing his grace is sufficient for me, for his power is made perfect in my weakness.